Let's start with a question. What makes something iconic? Is it the way it looks, the legacy behind it, or maybe the desire it creates? Now, imagine something so valuable, so timeless, that people spend years waiting to get their hands on it. That something is a Rolex. To understand how Rolex became what it is today, let's travel back to the early 1900s. The man behind the crown, Hans Wilsdorf, the visionary behind the brand. He wasn't satisfied with the pocket watches that everyone used. Wilsdorf had a different idea. He wanted to create wristwatches that were not only useful, but also looked great. Back then, people thought of wristwatches as jewelry, mainly worn by women. But Wilsdorf aimed to change that belief. He wanted to show the world that wristwatches could be both beautiful and practical. In 1926, that vision became a reality with the Rolex Oyster. It was the first waterproof wristwatch. This wasn't just an innovation. It was a breakthrough in how people thought about timepieces. Imagine a watch that could withstand the elements, allowing wearers to dive into the ocean or go on adventures without worrying about water damage. The Rolex Oyster was more than just a watch. It set a new standard for durability and style. From that point on, Rolex watches weren't just about telling time anymore. They became tough companions, designed to withstand the wildest adventures. Whether you're scaling Everest or diving deep into the ocean, Rolex has shown it can handle whatever challenges come your way. Rolex isn't just a watch. From record-breaking swimmers to legendary climbs, Rolex has been there, proving that it can handle the wildest adventures. Well, we don't know if it's really true, but there's a rumor in the luxury watch world. They say a Rolex has to be recognizable from 20 feet away to even leave the factory. If it doesn't hit that mark, it's not worthy of the crown. Worn by presidents, movie stars, and athletes, a Rolex is not just about keeping time. They say that when you spot someone wearing a Rolex, it's more than just a watch. It's a statement. It signals that they've made it, that they've reached a level of success that's hard to ignore. Let's face it, in the world of collectibles, Rolex isn't just any brand. It's like the gold standard. For collectors, a Rolex is more than just a watch. It's an investment. Some models can skyrocket in value by over 100% in just a few years. And that's not just talk. It's a reality in the watch world. According to watch charts, the luxury watch market has had its ups and downs lately, but Rolex is still going strong. Over the last 5 years, the value of Rolex watches has increased by more than 42%. The iconic Rolex Submariner and Daytona models often fetch prices that are double their retail value. This shows why Rolex can be a smart, tangible investment. Their models are known for quality and exclusivity, which means they often gain value over time. Rolex has always been in the news for breaking auction records. Vintage models in particular really grab attention, and their prices have been going through the roof. Paul Newman, the legendary actor and racing driver, had a deep appreciation for Rolex watches. A prime example is the rare Paul Newman Daytona, which fetched an incredible $17.8 million, setting a record as the most expensive wristwatch ever sold. The waiting list for a Rolex can take years. Rolex maintains a high level of craftsmanship and quality, producing watches in limited quantities. As a result, the demand and supply game begins. So, whether you wear it on your wrist or keep it stored away in a safe, owning a Rolex isn't just about having a watch. It's about the pride and status that comes with it. It's an investment in a piece of art and engineering that tells a story all its own.